is very important for our life. We'll know about this. What Sriman Mahaprabhu advised us, Upadeshamrita. Upadesh and Adesh is not the same. If you say this is instruction, no, not this. Sriman Mahaprabhu, somewhere else in that Upadeshamrita, nectar of instruction, no, not nectar of instruction, nectar of advice. What is the difference between instruction and advice? Instruction is adesha, order, like order. You have to do this. And advice? Advice to showing us what we have to do. Now it belongs to us, it depends on us, that if we want to get something good, then we can follow this. And in Upadeshamrita, Rupa Goswami said, this advice is not from him, but from direct Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he showed all the ways for our life, how we can get success in our life, not only for this our spiritual life, also for this material life, where we are now. That is the greatness of Sriman Mahaprabhu. If you just think about before Sriman Mahaprabhu appeared, they also got so many instructions and advices from scriptures, Shastra. But there, it was started there that yes, you can perform this all sadhana. You have to do this all sadhana. But before this, you have to clear your mind. You have to throw away all the darkness from your heart and mind. You have to be pure. And then you have to start this sadhana in this way. But that time, Shastra did not think about us. We are all Kali people. It is very difficult to be pure. It is very difficult to throw away all the darkness from our heart. It is very difficult to clear our all ignorance. Because it is not only difficult, it's quite impossible for us. According to Srimad Bhagavat, our mind is not good. But Shukadev Goswami explained about all Kali people. We have very small lifetime. Exactly. Mandya. We can activate ourselves for this material world, but we are very lazy for spiritual activities. Mandya. Jiva Goswami, he explained this word, this manda, with paramartheshu alosha. That means we are lazy for our spiritual activities, to do something good for our next life.
budoucí život.
Shumanda Mata. The first we have this bad qualities of our mind, that we are lazy.
Špatných kvalit naší mysli, jako že jsme
We can do so many things for this world.
Můžeme vlastně tady dělat spoustu věcí v tomhle světě.
But when
ale když
we want to do something for spiritual activities for our next life,
něco,
which is the main of our life,
což jsou vlastně ty hlavní cíle v životě, jako
we are very lazy to do
jsme
this.
vlastně velice líní cokoliv dělat.
In one way, our mind is like this, and another way,
naše mysl je taková,
this is very tricky mind.
Je to velice
We don't want to get good advices from others. We don't want to accept this.
Nechceme přijmout rady od těch lidí.
If somebody will give us good advices, then we'll think, oh, maybe there's some profit for this. If I follow these instructions, advices, then you will get some profit. This tricky mind, very tricky mind. Shumanda Matayo. We don't want to follow this. In this way, for Kali people, this is very difficult. People say this all is like a hurdle. Hurdle to cross this all. That's why Sravan Mahaprabhu, he advises how to be a man first. Human. By birth, we cannot say that we are human. No. Before we have to explain, before we have to say our identity, yes, I'm a human. We have to show these qualities as a human. And the main qualities of human is to follow the dharmas. Dharma is tesham adhikam vishesha. Who has not this desire to follow this, to frame their life with spiritual activities by dharma? What is dharma? Dhriyate anena iti dharma. How we can keep ourselves in one point. How we can control ourselves with our life, this material life. How we can continue all the relations in this world and with Swam Bhagavan, the spiritual life. This is dharma. Dharma is keeping us. That's why that is very important to follow. Without dharma, no one can say that I am human. Sravan Mahaprabhu, he advises how we can say ourselves a human in Upadeshamrita through Rupa Goswami. Very nicely he explained the stages. There has 8 or 9 slokas, mantra, slokas there. There has 2 parts. One for our external activities and other part for our spiritual activities. This external activities is for our material life and for spiritual life. How one can get success in their life by material, this external activities, he explained this all. If you see all the slokas from start to end, then you will find
budeme koukat na ty sloky, na ty verše od začátku až do konce.
the fastest slokas or sloka Upadeshamrita is Vacho Vegam Krodha Manasho Vegam Jivha Vegam Mudaram Upastha Vegam Etan Vegan Yo Vishaheta Dhira Sharva Piman Pratimsha Shishat. He said that if you want to be a success man in your life, first he just say about this material life. There is no spiritual word. If you say the last part of this sloka, then you will recognize this. This is he started with our material life. If you want to be a success man in your life, then you have to do some things. What we have to do? First, we have to control our vrittis.
Urges.
Yes. Vrittis means our activities and moods. He didn't say about the senses. Because all our senses controlled by our mood and vrittis. What do you say?
Tendency.
Tendency, yes. Tendency. If we can control our tendencies, then we can control our senses. First, Vacho Vegam, speaking ability. We have this great effort to speak. We like to speak. We like to give instruction and advices to others. That's our nature.
Everyone wants to be guru.
That is our nature. Inside of our mind, everyone is a king and queen. Yes, that's true. It's not?
Says there's an expression in I'm the Lord of all that I survey.
Yes.
There's an Indian expression.
That's why, according to psychology, they said a very nice point that we are listening to give answer. We are not listening to feel. What this person who is in front of me is saying. We don't want to realize this. We don't want to go inside the words. But we are listening to give answer. Most of us were doing this. Sriman Mahaprabhu, he advised that first you have to open your ears. You have to get this ability to hear. Who can hear in a good way, he can be a good speaker. If you hear so many things, if you can give chance to speak to another person, then you can feel and you can realize what they want to say to you. And when you listen more and more and more, then also it will help for your life. Sriman Mahaprabhu always said this, that hear more and more, speak little. If you speak always, then after some time, the others, they will not give importance to your words. Oh, he's speaking always. Isn't it?
Yeah.
That's true.
Everyone wants to speak, no one wants to listen.
Yes.
The reality.
The reality is this. That's why we have to control this ability. We have to control this tendency. Vacho Veda. The force of our tongue. And if you can control your tongue, then you can control all the other senses. Because by tongue we are starting our activities. There has two ways in front of us. We are doing good work and bad work in the same way. In three ways. By mind, by word, and physically. We can accumulate piles, that means punyas, and papas, sins, both in these three ways. And both is in this three way. And it will start without speaking, without tongue. That's why in scripture it said, Shivan mukhe hi juhadu shayamiva spuratada. Krishna nama gunadi nabhav grajmendri. His adakshaj. Adakshaj means by your this material senses you cannot achieve anything. From Krishna. You cannot see him. You cannot listen to his word. You cannot get his touch. You cannot smell his nice fragrance. You cannot go to Krishna by the senses. It's not possible. Because he's adakshaj. He's beyond to all our senses. But if your tongue is in favor of Krishna, when your mind will get this attraction for Krishna, then all the other senses, they will follow this. If your tongue is chanting Harinam, Mahamantra, if you will start, then your mind, after some time, your mind will think about Krishna. Then your eyes will want to see Krishna. Then when you will emerge with this mood, then you can feel what is coming from him to you. Very nice thing in Srimad Bhagavata about this speaking ability. In 10th canto, chapter 80. There, Shukadeva Goswami, he was explaining the leelas of Krishna, pastimes of Krishna. Suddenly, a very beautiful leela came in his mind. And he started this leela. And this leela was not about Krishna, but Balaram, Baladev Chandra. That how Sri Baladev blessed to Lu Mahashram and all the rishis of Naimisharanya.
všechny ty světce, jako co jsou v tomhle.
Very nice story it was, but it is the nature of Krishna prema that if you just connect with this,
Krishna prema, že když se s ním spojíš,
your mind will not accept the separation.
Tvoje mysl jakoby nepřijme.
Oi to Krishna prem jano jambu nadohem shei preman rilokina hoy. Jodi hoy tar jog kobhu na hoy vyog jog rilike hona chahiye. When you will get this connection with Krishna prema, then when the separation will come, it will never separate. It will never separate, that is fixed. Because the rules of prema is like this, it will never be detached. But if it will come, then we will got this separation, viraha, he will not still alive. By viraha. It was happened there. When Shukadeva Goswami, he started this nice story of Baladev Chandra, then all the rishis and Parikshit Maharaj, they faced this separation. And then he stops, Shukadeva Goswami, oh, Muriva, please stop this. I have some question. Is all the leelas is finished of Krishna? You explained, you described all the leelas already? Then Shukadeva Goswami asked, why Parikshit? Because we want to listen all the leelas of Krishna. Why do you want to listen all the leelas of Krishna? Then Parikshit, he said so many things, but at the end, he said, oh, Munivar, that is the great thing. If we are not feeling his blessings in our life, that means our life is just finished. There is nothing in our life. We have to connect our whole senses with Krishna. If you cannot get in your life for one moment the connection with Krishna, that means in your life there has no importance. Not even your senses. Then Shukadeva Goswami he asked, how we can explain the success of senses? Then Parikshit Maharaj he said, the success of our senses. Shava Jayata Shugunan Kriyate. Hey Shukadev, I can say this tongue is success. By which tongue you can chant Mahamantra and his name and all his leelas. Karocha tat karma karma. And which is always serving Krishna and his devotees. Manascha smarit basantam sthira jangameshu. I can say this mind is success. Who is always thinking about Krishna, to see all these material things also, but mind is memorizing about Krishna. To see the cloud, she will think, oh, very nice body effulgence of Krishna. To see the cows, mind will memorize the leelas of Gocharan, how Krishna was playing with the cows and his friends. To see the river, the mind will memorize about Yamuna and River Ganga.
and remember.
Yes. When our mind will think in that way, when our mind will remember in that way, then we can say our mind is successful mind. Srinoti tat punna katha shakarna. Here is success only by listening Krishna katha. Krishna nama. Shrostu tashorva lingamanamet. Hate, which is go to the lotus feet of Krishna, not only Krishna, tashorva lingamanamet, to the devotees also. I can say the success of our hate, when it will go down to the lotus feet of devotees and Krishna. Tadeva jat pashyati tadbhi chakshu. When our eyes can see the devotees and the beautiful vigraha, beautiful swarup of Krishna, that is the success of our life. Eyes. Angyani Vishnu Ratatajana Padodakam Yani Bhajanti Nitya. Anga, our whole body, can be pure, not only by Krishna Charanamrita, but the Charanamrita of devotees. That is the success of our senses. Then, Shukadev Goswami, he asked Parikshit, you said, you explained all the points about all the senses. We have to start with our mind. Why you started with tongue, shava, and you put some importance on this? Then Parikshit said, you know what? Hey Shukadev, we can start our spiritual activities and sinful activities by tongue. Our all activities will start by tongue. If we speak so outer things, then our mind will go to the outer things. If our tongue will speak more and more Krishna Katha, Krishna Nam, then our mind will follow. When our mind will follow our tongue, then all the other senses also will follow them. That's why Sriman Mahaprabhu is said, first you have to control this force. Force of speaking. We have to control this tendency to blah blah blah. Otherwise, we lost our importance in our life also, in this material life also. Vacho vegam, then krodha vegam. Manasa. No, first krodha, then manasa. Vacho vegam, krodha manasa vegam. Then krodha. That means anger. You know, anger, how we are showing our anger, it is our energy. When you are angry, that means you are showing your energy, which you have inside of you. We are not allowed to misuse this energy in any way. If you are always showing your anger, when you are always showing your anger, that means you are misusing your energies. And this energy is very important for our life. By this energy, by this force, you can do so many things. That means we have to live this anger or this showing energy in this way? No. Krodha bhakta deshiyate. In Prema Bhakti Chandrika, Narottam Das Thakur, he said that we have to use all this tendency, moves, in another way. Krishna Shiva Pramarpane, Krodha Bhakta Deshiyane, Lobh Sadhu Sange Harikatha, Moho Ishtalabha Vine, Mada Krishna Gunogane, Nijukta Puribo Jatha Tatha. We'll listen about this Prema Bhakti Chandrika after 2 or 3 days. Here, he said that Krodha Bhakta Deshiyana, how we can use all this anger. To whom? To everyone? No. If you always show your anger, then everyone will scared about you. They're not happy. You will not get love in your life. Who has love for you, they will also go away from you. When you have not so much energy inside you, that means when you are misusing in that way, by energy, we can attract others, and by energy, we can be separated us from others. That's why you have to use our anger, that means this energy, in a good way. To whom? If you will see that somebody is doing something bad against some good people. Here, Narottam Das Thakur, he said this word, Bhakta Deshiyane. If we will do something good with the devotees, then you will get benefits in your life. And the devotees is not only the who is performing these all activities. No. You have to know that everyone is devotee. Who feels this, that inside of them there is bhakti, they can start their activities, practice in bhakti way. And who cannot, they are just going with this material world. But the reality is they are also devotees. They are also Vaishnava. Because inside of everyone there is Krishna. Without Krishna, we cannot activate ourselves. The source of our energy is Krishna. He's generating us from inside. That's why when you do something good, then you will get this benefit. Narottam Das Thakur is saying all the person, all the against activities of Vaishnava, if you see in front of you that somebody is doing something bad, someone who is very pure person, who is very honest, sharp, very polite person, you can show your anger to him. To stop this. If you see that somebody is doing aparad to the devotees, you can show your anger to them. To stop doing aparad. In that way, you have to control your anger. Otherwise, if you are always misusing your energy, then this energy will not get back in your life. You will never get back.
nikdy dostaneš zpátky.
Our lifetime is very
A náš
little.
život je velice
And
krátký.
the energy you have, Krishna gave
A
us.
energie, kterou
This
Krishna
energy,
dává, tu, co
if we are
máme,
misusing,
když
then
ji jakoby
we lost all
plýtváme,
these things,
ztrácíme ji, všechno
by
ztratíme.
which we can get so many things, but we
Ztrácíme
just
to,
misuse
co
this.
by nám mohlo přinést spoustu věcí, jako, co bychom mohli získat.
Then,
Promrháme.
Manasha, have to control our mind.
Musíme se naučit kontrolovat
Impossible.
mysl, ale to je vlastně nemožné.
It is impossible to control our mind.
Je nemožné kontrolovat naši mysl.
Why?
Proč?
Because it depends on blessings of Guru and Krishna.
Protože závisí na požehnání Guru a Krishny.
How we can get these blessings?
Jak můžeme
Fakt,
obdržet
we have
takovýhle
to
požehnání?
Fix our mind in favor of Krishna.
Například musíme změnit naší mysl v prospěch Krishnovi.
First we have to do good
Například musíme dělat dobře
according to scriptures
podle
in our
písem
life.
v našem životě.
What Shastra said, we have to
To,
follow
co
it.
šastry říkají, bychom měli následovat.
What Shastra rejects,
To, co šastry odmítají, tak bychom to měli odmítnout.
then we can control.
Pak můžeme kontrolovat.
You cannot